Well, here's one for you that's almost hard to believe. I got a little bonus for you at the end. You might not appreciate, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. Zero hedge. So we had this attack on Saudi Arabian storage facilities. Oh my gosh, the oil prices are probably going to spike on Monday. Well, guess what? Futures have kicked in, turned on Sunday night, as expected. Oil contracts, the futures. Oil explodes 20% higher, biggest jump on record, with traders in a state of near frenzy, with a subset of FinTwit scrambling and failing to calculate what the limit move in oil would be. Hint, there is none for Brent. Moments ago, Brent reopened for trading in the aftermath of Saturday's attack on the world's most important oil processing plant. It exploded some 20% higher to a high of $71.95 from the Friday close of $60.22. Its biggest jump since futures started trading in how long? 1988. It has never jumped that much in a day like this, ever. I got a little, I'm not trying to throw some jabs out there. Not going to try to throw some jabs at you. But I do want to say, gas prices, of course, are probably going to go up because of this. And the sad part is, from what I read yesterday, after the attacks, today Sunday, so yesterday for Saturday, the attacks on Saudi Arabia, 5% of the world's oil. 5% of the world's oil can have a problem, let's say. And that causes the entire price of oil to go up 20%. 5%, which is nothing, can cause the entire market to go up 20%, huh? Interesting. You don't think this is the club, the club playing games now, do you? Well, here's the part where I don't want to poke anything. I'm not trying to poke fun or anything. But in 2017, when I said I'm getting that Tesla, when cryptos make a certain move or whatever, I'm going to get me a Tesla. Didn't have to be brand new, although it would have been nice if it was. Didn't have to be. I said, when I had that Leaf, Nissan Leaf, there's just something about never, ever, ever having to stop at a gas station. All these little games, little tit for tat. Oh, pipeline blew up today. Brent crude is up 5%. Saudi Arabia will go to 5%, 20% increase in the price of oil. Here we are Monday. You know the beauty of owning an electric car? Ask me how much this affects me. Go ahead, I'll wait. Joe, how much does it affect you? A big fat goose egg, 0. Why? Because I'm driving a Tesla. Prices of electricity don't really move. We're about 12.5 cents or something like that over here in Florida. I think it's 12 cents, whatever. 12.5, that's fine. And when this kind of crap happens, it doesn't matter. It does not affect me. Because I'm on electric vehicle. We gonna rock down to Electric Vehicle Avenue. But those things are priced a little higher. Yeah, they are. However, you can get a Model 3 Tesla for around $35K. You can get all the upgrades you want. You want to do complete autonomous driving, like you can load her down if you want to. Even without that, the regular autopilot is pretty amazing on the interstate or even on streets. As long as there's lines in the road, that's all it needs to see. Now, with the new autopilot coming out, the full autonomous, I don't know that it has to have those lines anymore. I think it's going to use a lot of GPS with it this time around. But it may have to have the lines too. I don't know. It's not released yet, the software update. But I can see this and normally say getting pissed off, oh great, but gas is about to go over $3 a gallon again. Nope. Actually, if it does, I don't give a damn because I'm driving a Tesla. Not only that, my Tesla has free supercharging. So let's just say, crazy thing happens, price of electricity goes up. Not for me, because when I go over to that supercharging station, which is not too far, my car came free for life. I'll be sucking off that electricity from Elon Musk's dime. He's Elon or Seabass over there. Seabass said he was going to pay for my electricity. Seabass told you that. Well, if that gentleman right over there is Seabass, okay. If Elon Musk is Seabass, then I guess you are paying for JSNP's charging. So, but the sad part here is this is just ridiculous. 5% of the world's oil stopped for some reason. Bombs went off. What was it? It was Iranians. Then I heard no, it was the Iranians or the Iraq, whatever some military group from Iraq. It's one or the other or both. It might not be them. It might actually be from the people, the rebels from Yemen. So it might be the Yemeni, whatever, rebels. Might be the Iraqi rebels. It could be Iran. Well, which one is it? Just wait for the news headlines from the lamestream media. They'll tell you which one it is. And when you hear what it is, you know it's fake. Oh, the Iranians. Okay, then it wasn't the Iranians. Oh, it was the Iraqi. Then it wasn't the Iraqis. Maybe the club, because Donald Trump is destroying their drug trade, sex trafficking pipeline, so to speak. They gotta, we need some income badly. Let's do this little attack in Saudi Arabia. Prices of our oil will go up. We know it's going to happen in advance. Therefore, we're going to get a bunch of futures contracts, leverage to hell and back, 100-to-1 leverage, and we're going to bet the farm. And when something goes up 20% and you're leveraged 100 times, ooh, did you just make a freaking killing? Now, you don't suppose that probably just happened tonight by chance, do you? Yeah, I mean, probably not. What else we got in this article? Bloomberg. As Bloomberg notes, for oil markets, it's the single worst sudden disruption ever, surpassing the loss of Kuwait in Iraqi petroleum supply in August of 1990, when Saddam Hussein invaded his neighbor. It also exceeds the loss of Iranian oil output in 1975 during the Islamic Revolution, according to data from the U.S. Department of Energy. Furthermore, in light of news that the Saudi outage could last for months, this could be just the start. As a reminder, according to Morningstar Research Director Sandy Filden, Brent crude could go to $80 tomorrow, while WTI could go to $75. But that would depend on Aramco's 48-hour update. The supply problem won't be cleared right away, since the Saudis can still deliver from inventory. Right, so hold on. They still have inventory. Yeah, we're down 5% production cut. Oh no, that's right. We have supply sitting here on standby. And by the time we get rid of that oil, we'll fix these other ones. No problem. Oh, that's not. What about the 20% market increase? So there's not a shortage all of a sudden. No, there's not. It's nothing but fake news. Just garbage news. Well, I should have been an actor, but I wound up here. Give them what they want. Dirty laundry. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. Oh, you mean when the price of gas goes up, kick them? Yeah, exactly. Except there's one person y'all ain't kicking, and that's us electric vehicle owners. Of course, should Aramco confirm that the outage, which has taken some 5.7 million barrels or whatever a day in Saudi output after 10 drones struck the world's biggest crude processing facility in Abqaiq, in the kingdom's second biggest oil field in Khoris, will last for weeks. Expect the crude juggernaut to continue until the price hits $80 and keeps moving higher. Now, you know what this is? This would be, back in the old days of Lindsey Williams, this would be a Lindsey update. Lindsey would have come out. I'm hearing that the price of oil is about to spike. My friend called me, my elite friend said, boom. But since he's kind of out of that business these days, we ain't getting no update. Finally, here is the price summary for Goldman commodity strategist Damian Corvin, who earlier today laid out 4 possible shutdown scenarios and the price oil could hit for each. A very short outage, maybe a week for example, would likely drive long-dated prices higher to reflect a growing risk premium, although short of what occurred last fall given a debottlenecked Permian Shale Basin, a weaker growth outlook, and prospects of strong non-OPEC production growth in 2020. Such a price impact could likely be about $3 to $5 a barrel. Number 2, an outage at current levels for 2 to 6 weeks. I'll just keep this short. Could be $5 to $14 per barrel. Should the current level of outage be announced to last more than, say, 6 weeks? Well, we could see it go above $75 a barrel, he says. And an extreme net outage for more than 3 months would likely bring prices above $75 to trigger both large shale supply and demand responses. What are the broader implications from this move? According to Ole Hansen, head of commodity strategy at Saxo Bank AS in Copenhagen, quote, the global economy can ill afford higher oil prices at a time of economic slowdown, he said. But Peter Bakhtar, you remember that Enemy Mine, the movie Enemy Mine? My name's, whatever his name was, Jason. Who are you? Bakhtar. That was from the 80s, I think. Enemy Mine, M-I-N-E. It was a good movie, though. Anyways, Peter Bakhtar. Hot take may be the best one. And he says from Twitter, Peter, I guess central bankers are pretty happy with the Iranians, as they might actually get the inflation they've been rooting for. Again, you think this is all by chance? You think all these drones just came in? We think we know who they are. Might be the Iraqis, might be the Iranians, might be the rebels in Yemen. Again, it's looking like we're throwing the dart at Iran right at the moment. The good news, at least Trump will redirect his anger away from the Fed and work toward slow, lazy, incompetent Saudi engineers, if only for the time being. Well, maybe. We don't know. Anyways, take care.